Good afternoon. I'm going to demonstrate some footwork that's very useful for rally. Let me emphasize that specific footwork is not required, but it is very helpful, especially if you plan to go on in obedience. Using footwork, you can cue your dog with your feet as to what you're going to do. In obedience, where you can't give commands and or signals while you're heeling, this is a must. Practice this footwork by yourself before you add the dog. More details about this can be found in my book with pictures, diagrams, called Doodle by Design, available at www.dogagility.com. Here we go. At the start line, or any time you're getting ready to take off, it's important that you don't leave your dog in a sit. This happens very often. People take a huge step and then they say, heel. You can start with either your right or left foot. Most people with small dogs start on their right foot. People with larger dogs tend to start with their left. If you have a small dog and you start on your left foot, you almost immediately have a lap. So say heel, take a half step, and then move forward. On your halts, you can also help your dog, not so much on the 1, 2, 3 steps or in rally, but in obedience by giving them a cue. I use a sequence of 3 things, 2 steps, and then I bring my feet together. So I'm heeling along, halt, 1, 2, sit, or together. And it'll help if you say sit on the second step. Halt, 1, sit, together. That way, by telling your dog to sit on the second step, sit, by the time you bring your feet together, the dog should have his bottom on the ground and you get a nice quick sit. Again, as you heel forward, make that first step a small one. And don't do this, 1, 2, sit. At least in obedience, that would be an extra cue or command. In rally, it's all right, but it doesn't look too good. On the right turns, you want a nice 90-degree turn. There are different ways to do this. A classic T-turn is used in obedience. I'll do it coming the other way. Make a T with your left foot, turn, and go forward. Again, that is not required. You can also do it by making just a turning step and turning. Like all things, as you do this, as you come out, take a smaller step before you go forward. This allows your dog to keep up with you. On the left turn, I plant my foot at an angle to cue the dog I'm turning. Bring my right foot around and take a small step as I start forward. That planting your foot cues the dog. You don't have to do that. You can just kind of go around. About U-turn. Anytime your dog is going around you to the right, whether it's a 90-degree right, a pivot to the right, or the U-turn, the dog has to speed up. Anytime the dog's going to the left, they're going to have to slow down. So when I do a U-turn, I very often do a double T-turn, which keeps me moving, but it gives the dog time to get around me so there's not a lag. You can also just turn in place. That's fine. As you're coming out of those turns, don't whip around. I see that so often. It's like they can't wait to take off. The same thing with the left or the U-turn. You can take several steps and then go forward, but don't whip around. Here your dog has to slow down and back in around you a little bit. 270 right. Try to keep your feet moving in the same place. A nice tight turn, 270 degrees to the right. You don't have to have any particular footwork. Your dog walks around you. To the left, it's the same thing. Keep your feet pretty much centered under you. What I see on especially the 270 and 360 left is the handler walking around the dog in a huge circle. If you have to walk around your dog, make it a small circle. The regulations say tight circle. Imagine a hula hoop and keep it in the hula hoop. On any of the left turns, the dog actually should be backing in around you. Yes, it takes more training, but it's worth it. The 360 right is the same as almost the same as the 270 left, but you're going to go straight. Keep your feet moving nice and tight and come forward. The 360 left, same thing. Keep your feet moving, turn in place, and come on. Your dog will back around you. Well, this really isn't footwork. I do want to address one thing on all of the call fronts. You may take several steps back as you call your dog to front. Once you have stopped, you cannot move your feet. Leave them planted where they are. Tell the dog to finish right or left, then that you'll either move out or the dog will sit. On 13 and 14, where you tell the dog on 13 the dog finishes right, if you will step out on your left foot, you're not going to kick the dog. The dog is, you call the dog front, finish, and start forward on the left foot. That way you don't kick your dog. When the dog when the dog is finishing to the left, if you start forward on your right foot, it gives the dog a little bit of a break. Going into the slow and the fast pace, you don't just have to be walking along and go slow. Ooze into it. Give the dog a little bit of break. The same with fast. You can take a step to get into it. As you're coming back into normal, take about a half step to adjust your stride. Give your dog a chance. The moving side step right, the sign will be in front of you. We'll call this blob my sign. You're going to take a step to the right, the dog moves with you, and you keep going. There is no stopping. A step to the right, and I keep going. On the halt, 1, 2, 3 steps forward. You do not have to take steps of any particular length. I don't have much room here. So I'll be heeling along, I halt, and the dog sits. Count your steps out loud. More people IP on this because they take the wrong number of steps. 1, sit. 1, 2, sit. 1, 2, 3, sit. And I've got the wall. Keep your steps as even as you can. They don't have to be any particular size, but keeping them even really helps you, and it helps the judge know that you have taken the correct number of steps. On the call front, 1, 2, 3 back. The first steps you take to call the dog to front do not count in your 1, 2, 3 step total. So I've done the call front, 1 together, 1, 2 together, 1, 2, 3 together. Now I took very small steps. That's fine. What you don't want to do is shuffle. The stop and down. This is the old moving down. This is how I tell my class to do it. It just kind of avoids a lot of confusion. You're heeling along, down, together. You tell the dog to down and you stop bringing your feet together. By the time your feet come together, your dog will ideally be down. Down. You can stop, tell the dog to down on either foot. No particular footwork is required. Going to advanced. The halt, about, turn right and forward. Halt. The team turns to the right and immediately moves forward. For many people, balance is an issue. They halt. A small step forward does not bother me. Maybe other judges it would. What does bother me, that is not turning to the right and immediately moving forward. The same with the about you turn and forward. Halt, about you turn and forward. Again, if you must take a balanced step, make it just a turning step. Not a big step. Thank you. We'll continue this on another video.